How are you doing? You know, I've done a lot of these assemblies now from the same place, and I think it's probably about time for a change. What do you think? Shall we try somewhere different? Wow, there's some amazing views from around here, but it is a bit chilly. Shall we try somewhere else? Ooh, that's warmer, but perhaps it's too warm. Ooh, yes, I don't think I could do a whole assembly from here. What about this? Better temperature, but it is a bit crowded, and I'm not sure I feel too safe in a crowd like this at the minute. That's a bit calmer. Up on the moon, but not crowded, but no atmosphere. Better try somewhere else. No. Here's not safe at all. In the middle of the racetrack. No. I think I better try somewhere else. That's better. Bit more normal. Different to what we had before, but still a bit more normal. So in one of my other assemblies, we talked about change as well, and about a man called Peter who changed, and how Jesus helped him to change. And today we're going to think about something else that Jesus changed. But first of all, I've got a challenge for you. I'm going to clap my hands in a moment, and then after that, some things about me are going to have changed. Can you work out what they are? Okay, can you spot on all the changes that I've made about myself? Have a think for a moment. Well, firstly, the big one, I changed my jumper. It's a different jumper I've got on now. Secondly, I put on a badge. Thirdly, I've no glasses. And lastly, I've messed up my hair. Not that it was that tidy in the first place. So I've made those changes. I wonder what changes you make in life. What things change for you? I'm going to put on my glasses now again because I've got something special I want to show you about changing. So I've got here what looks like an ordinary bag. I can put my hand through it, but then there's a zip at the bottom to make sure things don't fall through. There's absolutely nothing in the bag at all. So it's an ordinary bag. But then I've also got an ordinary stone. And what I'm going to do is pop the stone into the bag, just like that. And then we're going to see if something special happens, something amazing happens. And as I reach into there, ooh, the stone has turned into a coloured egg. Nothing left in there, nothing in there at all. That's an amazing change. That was just a trick, but what Jesus did wasn't a trick. One day, Jesus and his mum and some of his friends were invited to a wedding. Have you ever been to a wedding? There's not been much chance over the last year or so, has there? Some bits of the weddings you might find exciting and fun, but other bits you might find a bit annoying, like having to dress up smart or be quiet when people are speaking. The last wedding I went to was about 3 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. We all went to a service in the church and then to a big hotel for the party bit. We all sat at big tables and had nice food to eat, and somebody accidentally fell through a door, which made us all laugh. Now, that wedding that Jesus went to was a bit like that, but the party went on for a lot longer, for days. There was a table full of food and another one full of drinks. Someone kept watch as people helped themselves to make sure that there was always enough drink for all the people to have. There was lots of singing and dancing and eating. People laughed and told funny stories about the things that the people who'd got married had done when they were little. Granny told a story about when she got married and her husband nearly lost the wedding ring. Mr. Matthewson arrived late and apologised, saying that he'd gone to the wrong place. The children played games at one side and were given special presents. Everyone was having a great time. Then, one of the waiters had a problem. Boss, What is it? What is it? Have you lost the fish paste sandwiches or something like that? We've run out of wine. We can't have run out of wine. There's another day of the party to go. We checked, and there's not a drop left. Most of the guests were having too much fun to notice what was going on. But Mary, Jesus' mum, saw and heard this. She knew how embarrassed the bride and the groom would be if they ran out of wine. She wanted to help, so she went and told Jesus, but he just asked her what she expected him to do. Mary wasn't put off, though. She went to the waiter and said, "My son will help. Just do whatever he tells you." "Is he a wine seller then?" the waiter asked. "No, he's a carpenter," Mary replied, "but still do whatever he says." The waiter decided that he had nothing to lose, so he went over to Jesus. Your mum says that I've got to do whatever you tell me." Jesus looked around and saw that there were some large jars that people used to wash in. So he told the waiter to fill them with water. The waiter thought that Jesus might be wanting the jars washed before he took them to get them filled up with wine or something like that. So he did exactly what Jesus told him. He went and filled up the jugs with water. "Job done," he said. "What now?" Jesus told him to pour out some of the water and take it to his boss for tasting. "Are you having a laugh?" "Just do it," Jesus told him, gently but firmly. The waiter did what he was told, and as he did so, something amazing happened. The water turned into wine. Yes, you heard me. The water turned into wine. Quickly, the waiter took some of the wine to his boss to taste. That's delicious. That's amazing. That's the best wine I've ever had. I don't know where you found it, but most people serve the best wine first and save the rubbish stuff until later. But this is the best wine possible. Quickly, the waiter hurried to pour out more wine. Mary looked on and smiled to herself. Nobody else would know where the wine had come from, but she did. Trust Jesus to look after his friends and trust him to do the best. Cheers. I definitely remember something like that happening at a wedding, wouldn't you? Water changing into wine, absolutely amazing. Jesus was concerned that his friends wouldn't be embarrassed or upset, so he did something amazing to help them. He turned something ordinary into something amazing. Jesus wants to help each one of us. He wants to help us to do amazing things. We might not be able to turn water into wine, but we can help things change for the better. We can look after someone who's upset and turn them being sad into being happy. We can play with someone who's alone and turn their loneliness into fun. We can look at some rubbish and something messy and turn it into something tidy. What amazing changes are you going to make the world a better place? A long time ago, a rich young man named Francis spent a lot of his time ignoring other people and wasting his money. Then he started paying attention to what Jesus said and did and decided to change. He saw people in need and gave up his rich lifestyle so that he could go and help them. Jesus helped him to change and to do something amazing with his ordinary life. Jesus will help us too. Francis wrote this prayer to ask God to help him make amazing changes. If you believe in God and want him to help you to help other people, then why not say Amen quietly to yourself at the end of this prayer? Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. And where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Amen.